Get started in one of the best matchups of all time in StarCraft 2, ZVT. And I feel ZVT is in a really lovely place right now, honestly, outside of the mech games. I feel as though it's actually in a really lovely place. As long as mech doesn't prove to be too stupidly popular, which it isn't because Vipers are broken, then ZVT is in a nice little spot. We're seeing a lot of Ling Bane playstyles, which is always fun against Bio, and we're seeing Ultras, which don't just instantly end the game. Like, I feel as though ZVT is in a nice little position right now in terms of, as a matchup, I feel as though it's in a nice little position right now. But, guys, let me know what you think as well. You guys enjoying ZVT lately as another matchup you prefer to watch? I feel as though one of the nice things is that now we have a little bit more variety. I've been saying this since, in the entire of Legacy of the Void, since HOTS, really. Basically that it's nice that TVZ has a bit more variety in it, rather than just every game being this Reactor Hellion opening. Do you remember the Rings of Liberty? Every TVZ, Reactor Hellion opening. I remember watching Day 9 do a Day 9 daily on MVP opening TVZ and talking about the kind of Reactor Hellions and how he's so good at using them and watching them and all of that. And that sort of stuff, so... Yeah, I just, that sort of thing happened every single game, and it was probably the one bad thing about TVZ. Great mid-game, great late game, super dull, stale, very similar every single game, early game. So that's changed a lot in Legacy of the Void. I really do like the matchup as it stands. But that's just me rambling on. To the bottom right-hand side of the map, we should probably introduce our BlizzCon runner-up. The blue Zerg player is Dark. And to the upper left-hand side, our red Terran player from OSC Root will be Kelazur. I was right with your name. Boom, go me. Check me out. Actually knowing how to pronounce things sometimes. That's the first time I've actually probably said someone's name right. But when you struggle saying someone's name, I'm pretty sure every single time I did completely horrifically wrongly. And, well, this time I didn't. This time I nailed it. Boom, killed it. Very, very much as well, Graze Vokian for the sub. Going to mention that very quickly. Can I get some more SJ Hearts to the chat? Thank you very much for the subscribing. And welcome to the sub crew. The War Disciples, we like to call them. Do we still do that? I think we do. Very, very much for subbing. Guys, this is Free Rack Super, so I really need to stop rambling on about other things and shouting out subs. Time to focus up on the game. Thank you again for the sub. Let's see how this Free Rack Super play is going to turn out. It's not a great map call for Free Rack Super. There's not very many maps that are brilliant for it. Echo, probably one of the better maps for it, but I still personally don't really like it. Dark's going to go for the very standard response, Roach-Throne on the way up. He is going to let Ling Speed finish, so he's going to utilize the Lings, and I don't mind that. Because on this map, where do you go once you jump down from the natural? That's my problem. Like, where do you exactly jump up to take your advantage with the 3-Rack Reaper, with the mobility of these Reapers? There's not very many ledges for you to use. Anywhere you go with the Reapers, the Zerglings can go as well, just as quickly. And I think that's very sort of awkward, really, for Kelazur, because what's he meant to do with these Reapers then? It's a little bit of a tough one. It really is a little bit of a tough one. Like, I'm not sure what the right answer is. I'm not sure where exactly you're meant to go with this, or I don't know. Like, some people still like the 3-Rack Reaper play. It's just not as powerful as on the other maps, which have so many more kind of ways the Reapers can abuse, like Frozen Temple, like Galactic. For now, Dark again is the perfect response, going up to many Ravagers, multiple Ravagers and Roaches. He's actually getting more Lings. I wonder if he goes and counterattacks straight up here and just goes across the map. That's something he did against Bjorn, of course, on Frozen Temple, if you guys remember, back in the BlizzCon Grand Finals. I never really like people being aggressive against 3-Rack Reaper, but it can sometimes work out, and I feel as though on a map like this, where you can shut the Reapers down from a very early stage, awkward moment for these Reapers. I don't know which direction to go in. They're going to be forced into the main base, which is sort of interesting as well, just because of the fact that these Ravagers start to go across the map. Lings are going to catch the Reapers. Kelazur has a disaster. Only 3 Reapers remain, and that is going to be a major issue, as we see Roaches and Ravagers going to start going up towards the upper left-hand side. So Dark going to go up towards the left-hand side and have a little bit of a look to see what he can get up to. A couple more Ravagers going to be morphing on in here. There's a couple of Reapers going to be popping down. A grenade goes off, and those Ravagers are going to get blasted away. There's one Reaper just taking a little bit of damage there. And we'll see a few corrosive bars going up into the sky. Is going to be landing, and we're all going to be seeing these Reapers, seeing what they can do. The problem is now they're forced to fight, and they're forced to fight into the range of the Ravagers, which is better than the Reaper range, which means the Ravagers win the fight. And in 5 minutes, Dark dismantles the 3-Rack Reaper play out of Kelazur. The problem is that these opinions tend to get nasty very quickly. So please, guys, you're very welcome to have your opinions, but sadly, people can't keep it civil when we could discuss this stuff. So please, can we cut the talk on it? Thank you very much. I'd like my chat to be just a nice friendly place where you guys can discuss the games, have some fun, meet each other, make some friends, and stuff like that. Not just coming in and shitting on other streamers. Thank you very much. Guys, the bottom right hand side of Newkirk Precinct is going to be our Blue Zerg player. But here, if you're going to be cheering on Dark. Thank you very much, by Ray Dark comes for the cheer one. I did realise that. Well, someone else mentioned that I have Jim on the overlay. Just didn't realize until the end of the game. Apologies, guys, again. I'm pretty sure you guys figured out it was a mistake. I'm pretty sure you guys figured out it wasn't actually Jim. It was Dark. As we have to the bottom left-hand side, our Red Terran player from OSC route, it is Kellezer. What kind of glasses are though? As it's pushing buttons. Well, you mean like the glasses on my face? I don't think anyone's ever asked me that before. They're Ted Baker glasses. I actually really love them. I really love these ones, and I really love my other pair that I have right now. I have an Armani pair. I've actually never loved my glasses so much. I went for like a different shape to what I used to have. And, oh my god, I just think it's incredible. Like, I can't get over it. It's literally amazing. It is beautiful. Truly beautiful. Would be a bit more beautiful if it wasn't on my face, but I love it. Major improvement. Setting up over here, guys. We're going to be seeing a hatchery coming up in the local round. It was Gas Pool Hatch, so maybe Dark going to get a little bit aggressive here. I mean, Dark is one of these players who isn't afraid to crack out a roach hole, and he did that against Innovation in the qualifiers. By the way, if you guys didn't see it, we did have Innovation versus Dark in the Leifang Cup qualifiers on Monday. That was pretty sick. I definitely suggest you go check out the VOD on Twitch for that. The YouTube VODs aren't going to be up for another week or so. So a couple of Lings are going to be moving out over to the left-hand side. We're going to move over to the right as well. And we're going to see a few more Lings on the way up. These couple of Lings obviously will try and delay this. Well, I was going to say try and delay the CC, but I guess not. As they're not going to be moving in anywhere near in time. They might get an STV kill or so. Or just... again, just trying scouting more than anything, I guess. You'll see this, we're just backing away up in towards the third base. We're going to be seeing some Zerglings starting to go over to the left-hand side of the map. We're going to be seeing that Linger Speed, going to be finishing it up as well. There's a couple of these Zerglings going to be, again, poking forward, seeing what they can do. Uh-oh, is he going to kill it? Oh, Ruka stays alive. So a few Lings across the map, again, some potentially get damaged, but actually with a couple of Hellions out, Kellezer is mostly safe. I'm not sure if he saw all of these Lings coming across. If he did see all of these Lings coming across, then he'll probably stay a bit more defensive / try and scout them out. If he didn't, then the run-by potential here from Dark is actually pretty high. And I mean, only 6 Zerglings, but hey, you get in here with 6 Zerglings, that's what, 3 or 4 workers and a mule already? You know, by the time the Hellions come back, you know, they're going to be pretty quick to respond unless they're all the way across the map. It's still going to be pretty sweet. Viking going to pop out of the starport. And that's just going to be hunting down some overlords right from the get-go here. So going to come out and, as this overlord scouts through, picks up all the information he could ever possibly want. But it's going to cost him his life. So overlord goes down, but I mean the information is definitely worthwhile. He sees exactly what this is. And we've seen this... ooh, a little bit of a fake though, actually. I like this by Kellezer. Starts up Stim. He makes it look just like a very standard like 3cc sort of build where he gets a starport just to start getting a Viking out and cleaning things up. But he's actually going to be taking that Cloak Banshee now and swapping away. So that's something which will maybe trick Dark, especially because he didn't see the second gas or any workers mining the second gas. So that's actually pretty cool and pretty different from what Dark might be expecting here. So, you know, if these Cloak Banshees get across and there isn't anything to scout it, actually, because, you know, the Vikings out, he's cleaning up the Overlords, he actually finds these Zerglings up here for Hellions. If he doesn't scout these Cloak Banshees, he might be in a bit of trouble. He's going to add a Spore Crawler on anyway. I guess when you see the Starport, that's the problem. When you see the Starport at all, it's like, hey, you know what? I can just make a Spore and I counter anything that comes my way. Like, I can counter a Liberator, I can counter the, I can counter Liberator. If it is Banshees, I can counter that as well. So, I mean, just getting the Spore is super safe. So, it's a little bit unfortunate for Kellezer. His first Banshee does begin to go across the map. That said, I mean, he can still go into, say, the natural expansion and get a lot of damage done. He can still just avoid this Spore Crawler completely and get a lot of damage done as well. So there's definitely possibilities here for Kelazur as he moves through the south side of the map with this Banshee. Kelazur getting across and having a little bit of a look to see what is going on. So the Banshee comes across here. This Spore going to get a couple of shots off as the Banshee comes on in and will start to do some damage. Immediately, I think, extra Spores in other bases of Kelazur, of Doc, sorry. But Doc's actually getting very aggressive. This Banshee's going to help a lot with this. Bunker on the way up. There isn't many units out for Kelazur. A couple of Widow Mines will start building. He really needs to get this Banshee towards some of these Roaches rather than Zerglings. Losing his Hellions is a little bit of a shame right now, especially because, you know, with the Hellions he could get rid of so many of these Zerglings so much faster, and then the Banshee work on the Roaches would do such a better job. You're going to see the Bunker does come up, he doesn't get much inside of it very quickly. Ravagers will cross the bar down this Bunker fast as well, and Doc's counterattack here with this Ling Roach Ravager is doing a lot of damage across the map. Yes, workers were going down to that Banshee, but now the Banshee has to come back home to make sure he can, help to defend this, I think. Yeah, it's going to be... Oh, no, that's the Viking. I guess the Banshee died then, as Kelazur was busy paying attention over here. Maybe just died to Spore some Queens. Either way, I mean, this Banshee is slowly doing its job, but it's got a long way to go. I mean, so many units to get rid of, and already Kelazur is 8 to 10 workers down and counting as SCVs pull away from this position as well. Crucible's down a mine, but also hits his own Ravager there. Viking will land to try and do a bit more damage. 34, 37 workers lost. Lings just keeps streaming in, and honestly, it's just way too much damage taken. If Kelazur had known a bit more about this, kept his Hellions alive, and maybe brought that second Banshee home a bit sooner and intercepted units as they go across the map, it actually would have been the perfect build for